Hi, I'm Tom, and this is our Argentina overview, a whistle stop through the key bits of information and stuff you need to know about Argentina to get the most out of it. So, first and foremost, it is a beautiful, expansive, massive South American country. And really, when we're talking about wine, while it's grown all over, the vast majority, to the point that we're only going to talk about, is all on the west side of it. Jutting up against the Andes, you've got these brilliant snow-capped, colossal mountains that just dominate the landscape there. On the other side of those is Chile, and the winemaking regions of Argentina in the main are way closer to Santiago in Chile as the capital over the mountains than they are to Buenos Aires, all the way on the other side of Argentina. So that's the thing. With those mountains comes altitude. This is a region that altitude is the kind of key characteristic of. For the last 50, 60, 70 years, producers have been planting higher and higher and higher and higher up these Andean mountains. And so key wine regions now like Mendoza, they're at 800 to 1200 meters high, some of the highest wine regions in the world. You've got other regions like San Juan, Patagonia, Salta in the north, even further up the mountains, even higher altitude. And so altitude is key. And what altitude gives is it gives more sun exposure. You get more UV rays, so the grapes ripen beautifully. You get a bit less disease pressure and things like that, which is great. But you also get cooler temperatures, cooler nights, things like that, because as you go higher up altitude, the temperatures do reduce, and so you get this unique character of brilliant, juicy, delicious, ripe fruit alongside structure and acidity and freshness that comes from that combination. And so they're pretty unique and very special in that regard. When you're talking about Argentina, there's one key grape variety that dominates, and that is Malbec. It came across from France, where it was known as Côte, and you can find that throughout every winemaking and wine growing region of this country. Malbec produces big, bold, juicy, very smooth charactered, but very full-bodied, black currant, black pepper, violet flavoured kind of wines. If you haven't tried them, how have you not managed to? If you're drinking wine, get stuck into it, see if it's a style you like. I think they're absolutely fab. And I've got some examples for you to show you here. But it's not just Malbec being made here. They use Bonarda as grape varieties. They use an indigenous white grape called Torrontés, which is pretty much, Argentina's flagship white wine. There's brilliant Chardonnays being made. There's all kinds of things going on, so it's not a one-trick pony. And it's a wine region that is premiumizing all the time. It's gone from being seen as very much a bulk wine producer decades ago to now producing some of the great wines of the world. So that is a little overview, and I think kind of gives you a bit of the lay of the land. Let's jump into 3 recommendations of Malbec and then a Torrontés. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to show you this, the Trevento Reserve. This is incredibly good value, and I've put this in my suggestions because you don't get Malbec much cheaper, but it's got all of the kind of depth and character and fruit character that you would love when you want to pick up a Malbec. So very, very, very good shout. All of these are big and powerful taste profiles, by the way, all of the Malbecs. Then I've got this. Matthias Riccatelli. Hey, Malbec! This guy, second generation winemaker, father, very important winemaker. Matthias, his mission is to kind of make wines that are a bit more kind of dynamic and young and fresh and funky. And what I love about this is it's about structure and freshness. It's just really delicious. It's got all the Malbec stuff. It's just a bit tighter, more tense. It's really, really cool. What you then have from our lovely Independence is Cristobal in 1492. And what I really liked about this is it's a more premium wine, it's just above 10 quid, but if you're gonna splash out and spend up a little bit, this has got really beautiful, delicious, high quality fruit. It's a really classy, good value wine at that price. Finally, moving into the fruity and fragrant taste profile, Santa Julia. These guys make stunning organic Torrontés, that grape variety we mentioned before. Torrontés is always super lean, fresh, citrusy and dry, pretty much dry, but it's always got these big floral bouquets of aromatic, wild, fresh cut flowers as well. It's a really unique style. You need to try it, and you could go a lot worse than starting with this one. There you go, guys. That's Argentina. Cheers.